Okay, so now we're going to take a look at where we're at the central fortress before I actually demolish it. If I'm allowed to demolish it. Like I've told you, I don't know for sure whether I'm allowed once it starts burning. So I figured out what this burning time means. This burning time is how long one attack's burn will last. So it takes a very long time for it to burn. When you initially build a fortress, it's at 80,000. You're allowed to strengthen it as you build up your technology, so that's what happens in the future. So it'll take even longer to burn. So 3,600 from 80,000, it's more than 20 hours. So you would have to have multiple attacks to keep it burning if no one puts it out. So that's what that burning time is. So someone attacked it 46 minutes ago, and that's how long the burn would last if I didn't extinguish it. And I'm not going to extinguish it anymore. I extinguished it one more time just because I want to keep them thinking that I'm trying to hold on to my central fortress, because I'm not. As I mentioned before, I never intended for it to stay here. Not from the moment I inherited the alliance. It was not a good location. But first, I had to work with these officers of this bullied alliance, and then I needed to figure out what was best for the alliance. I'd hoped that the alliance together could decide, but it's really, really, really hard in the beginning to build teamwork when you have a brand new alliance. No one knows each other, and most of the new players aren't used to speaking up. And some were speaking up, but they weren't getting where I was going with this. A lot of people enter this game and they have such a limited view as to what the possibilities are. When I took over the alliance, I did a real brief description. In fact, some people are drawn to the description, I guess. I put an alliance with no enemies, dedicated to growing together, having fun, learning to be a team of leaders and future warriors. Welcome dialogue and discourse. When the time is right, we hope to train with you across friendly battlefields in preparation for final battles. That was my desire for my first alliance, was to create a, a sort of military diplomacy academy, one where I help people learn how to fight, but on equal ground. That's what I mean by friendly battlefields, so that they can learn how to develop their commanders, develop their troops, figure out what works, analyze battle reports, discuss them in open forum, that kind of thing. Most people in this game, it's all about domination. At least those that stay in the game. Those that don't want to be in the domination game end up leaving because of the bad play action of the bullies. So I wanted to create, and I'll share stories from my first academy because that's where I started developing my strategy and my desire to create these videos, because I think a lot of these videos also apply to real life. What you can learn here, you can also apply to your real life, like learning how to figure out what the motivation and intention of another person is based on their words, their actions, that kind of thing. I'm really good at analyzing that kind of thing. Am I always right? No, but I learn every single time I'm wrong. A lot of people don't. So I am going to be changing this when I change the name of the alliance. I inherited the name of the alliance. I just changed the description since it costs money to change the alliance name, and I wasn't sure what I was going to do, but I'm thinking something in terms of maybe King Arthur's Round Table. I want to bring people together in a place where they can dialogue and chat, get to know each other. It's not really going to be an academy. I'm going to use my YouTube channel for the academy training. So I will continue to do that as much as I'm able with this particular alliance, but I have other alliances to work with as well, where I'll be providing a lot of training as well. So, anyhow, they think we're beat. And I want to show you some of the dialogue. I'm not going to show you all the back and forth dialogue between the main lead, the one that's kind of directing and pushing everyone. He's pushing everyone around in their lines. I can tell by the responses I'm getting from the two leaders that respond to me. But we had this open dialogue between our alliances. They created it. They called it Academy. Um, so, anyways, he started. My weapon is words. I tell stories. I create imagery through those stories based on your own personal experiences, and hopefully you'll learn from the stories. And I think ROK is great for that. There's so many stories I have to share already in this game. So I had told the main leader that I was creating videos and all of that. But up here, when I was told why they started the war, and I was sleeping when this happened. He started convincing one of the leaders that it's all my fault. She wouldn't accept peace. Actually, he, because they think I'm a he. or they did at that time. I don't know if they still do. We offered peace 4 times. All of it was just malarkey kind of stuff. He was not getting the messages. I will create academy. We aren't wearing your tag. I do not want to work with you. You do not work well. Basically, because he would say he agreed with everything, would work with us, and then, but will you swear your loyalty? In other words, will you let us push you around? And it's obvious based on how he's working with his other alliances as well, because I saw a lot of that back and forth dialogue as well before I was invited into another group, the first group between the leaders of this alliance before and that alliance. So I started telling him, simply because I would not put on the KW banner, I would not work with him specifically because you do not understand how to see things from another's perspective, and I am concerned about the bullying tactics you wish to employ throughout the zone. I caused swore. Well, that's my laughter. And I tell him his ego is too big. And then look at this is the main leader, and look at how he's responding. I haven't heard someone say that in Rise of Kingdoms yet. See, they're responding to my words, and that is what is the threat to the main leader over there who's trying to lead them into taking over and dominating every small alliance. And so here's Cooley saying he wants to check out my videos. I don't care if he does or not. I'll continue to kind of work with him, not much, because he is the head of a bullying alliance. But this is where Phoenix come in. We talked with you before we attacked. We explained to you what we need this territory, so we offer you a better one and work with us together. But I am speaking to air. You rejected it every time. Tried to make peace like 4 times, but always you refused. Although you officers want you to agree. Oh, think you are a bad leader because you don't listen to your people, and that's why I'm happy you decided not to join us now instead of making us. Okay, so he's right now trying to mend the fences because already there's a rift between him and the other leaders. So he's trying to make me look like I don't know what I'm doing, all of this. And then here, look at this. Everyone leave this chat. We have nothing else to speak about. This is an indication that my words are a threat to him personally. Now, I can continue dialogues individually with any of these people and and continuum. I don't know how much effort I'll put into it because, well, Cooley now knows where my videos are, so if he sees this video, he'll understand what's going on and start figuring it out. He's starting to see through the posturing of this guy. This guy is accusing me of what he is doing. Now, notice how he says we rejected his offers of peace. No, I rejected wearing the KW banner. I did not reject moving. I did not reject placing everything somewhere else. I refused to put on the KW banner, and I refused to work with him specifically because of this. He responds the same way over and over and over again. He does not see how he is creating an area where, yeah, they can dominate, but he's not going to have any respect or trust of anyone. He already is losing the respect and trust of his own fellow leaders. It's obvious from my dialogues with them. So then he opens a personal chat here, and I didn't really read it right away because I was busy. And then do you agree to become our academy? And here I say, I want to know how we will define academy. And I've been saying this all along. Their idea of an academy is one that basically it's just their servants that attack who they say to attack. We get the weaker players. We get to build up our players. If players get to be strong, they can go over and be in their alliance, and they'll send us more weak players. Basically all it is a slave colony that will do whatever they order. Using the term academy is wrong, at least here. I don't know if it's throughout ROK. I finally asked what an academy was while I was getting ready to jump with this other alliance because they mentioned they wanted to put me in as an R4 in both their alliances, including the Academy Alliance. And I didn't know what that meant because to me, an academy is something where you teach and you learn. And they're not doing that. All they're doing is creating a slave colony. So that is what I would say is my perception of an academy on the terms of what KWP is. And that's probably why I do not want to use the word academy for my alliance, because of what ROK interprets it as. So here I just mentioned how he is. Accept friend request. So I do, and he opens this chat. I don't know why. I really don't know why, because we were already chatting. Look at now. See, here he is. This is after we were burning and all of that. And a couple of officers did leave, and I'm glad they left. I want them to be happy where they're at. They weren't understanding what was happening, and they're not ready to understand what's happening. One of them will continue to follow my videos and start learning. We have back and forth chat, and I want people to be where they can best grow and learn. And I have a feeling very few will be ready to be at my side anytime soon, and I'm okay with that, because my words are my weapons, and they can't silence the words. So here he said he really tried best to invite you to be our academy. I offer you the rewards of the sanctum, better territory, a lot of sanctums and sides, our protection. Our protection. See, what they were saying is that if there were any other small alliances that started to threaten us, they would send in their big zitties and zero them. I don't go by that. I don't play by those rules. I work with diplomacy. I work with dialogue. I work with let's get together, let's talk, let's figure this out. I don't get that. And here, play on KVK1. So they want to dominate the entire kingdom. So he's promising me that I'll get to fight in the war when it becomes kingdom versus kingdom. He won't have any say in that matter because he's not going to make it to king. He will not. I've seen it in another alliance. In another alliance where the guy was buying his power. He got to 60 million before anyone else got to 15 million. It's like this is the kind of mentality of some of these people is I'm going to be king and then I'll let you be one of my inside players. He's not going to make it. He won't have enough respect or trust of people to fight with him. I'm seeing it in my very first kingdom, and I can't wait to start sharing those lessons because it's very valuable to see that eventually bullies work to hurt themselves, but they hurt so many other people around them, including the people who ally themselves with them and join them. And it's so sad to see that that's what ROK is becoming in so many of these kingdoms, but not every kingdom. Oh, I can be on kingdom chat. Okay. I can be KW. I don't want to be KW. That's the whole thing. I am not going to become a bully. I spoke nice and even begged for you to join, but there's a limit to the things I can do. Now your alliance is dead. Are we? It remains to be seen. And you won't play here. Really? We both losing by that, but I really tried all I can and offered you the best I can give. Hope you understand your mistake. Have a nice day, brother. So I decided to respond. Somehow I don't feel like I'm losing. I'm sorry you feel that. You are. But look it failed to send because he had blacklisted me. So see, this is how the guy thinks. He wants to talk to you. You take what he says. He doesn't want to listen. He took everyone off the other group chat and he takes himself off of this chat and blacklists me because he doesn't want to listen. See, that is why I didn't want to work with him. He wasn't willing to work with anyone else. He just wanted things to be his way. So I wanted to share another chat based on, and I'm not going to share this person's name just because this is an individual, but this is someone who's been in my alliance and still in the alliance for now, but I'm trying to get everyone to move out of the alliance and go where they can build safely. The ones that stay, they'll know what's up. If they are still playing, I don't care if they're inactive. There's a reason for keeping inactive players in an alliance. Early on, there usually isn't. And it doesn't matter to me what happens because, like I said, my words are my weapons. It doesn't matter if I have territory. I still have a voice. And my voice is being heard by other alliance leaders too because I'm starting to share with some other zones. This is what I'm seeing up here. So this is what you should be preparing for. So I'm actually going to harm him a great deal more. See, I don't see this as a loss that the central fortress is burning. My entire alliance got to see what they had intended. Other alliances, when they see these videos and take a look in the outside, when they clear enough of the fog and start seeing what's going on, and if they use my videos, they don't have to clear as much fog because the fog has been cleared in a lot of areas. They're going to start being able to figure out and planning ahead, and that's my whole intention. I will do as much as I can to keep them distracted, to help the other alliances start building up. I don't need structures. I don't need buildings. I don't need territory. I would love to have more people in my alliance just because the camaraderie is so much fun, but I am so busy with my other alliances and other kingdoms that I have plenty of camaraderie there. So here it is about the lessons I can help about confronting bullies. But this is what one of my players, we had a lot of back and forth. I do a lot of back and forth with my alliance friends and anyone who opens chat. I do a lot of back and forth. I'm a pretty fast typist. A lot of times people say, you talk too much. And it's true. I do. The reason I talk too much is because we're many cultures, we're many languages, we're many experiences, we're many perspectives. I don't know which words are going to have an impact with which person. I don't know what will work, what will be understood. I tried different tactics. I did with the Phoenix as well. He kept responding like he got it and then totally turned around and started doing the exact same. You will be loyal. You will do this. You will do that. It's amusing, but it's also very sad. So anyways, this was what one of my alliance friends made comments about. He's a brand new player. And we had a lot of back and forth about how we perceive things in life and in this game and stuff like that. But he said, well, actually, this war is already at the end. I don't think we lost ourselves because they won in strength and not in strategy intellect. I managed to get a little experience because of that. Not brutal experience, but intellectual. That is what my lessons are about. The power they see is only your city strength, your commander strength, your troop strength, because that's how ROK is geared as a game. But they don't see that there's individuals behind that city, behind that commander, behind those troops. Every single individual player in this game has the ability to learn from this game and become stronger. My city's not very strong in strength right now. It would have been a lot stronger had I not had a war. That's fine. That's not really strong. Not right now. I mean, it's a lot stronger than I started in my first kingdom because my first kingdom I didn't know about jumping. So I started with an advantage through jumping. And I know I keep promising a video on jumping, and I will do one soon. So by doing this, I could have been a lot stronger, but my goal was never the strong. See, understanding the intention and the motivation of another individual is so critical to deciding how to respond to them. So many people jump into a response based on their experiences and perspectives. And so many people have limited experience and perspectives that they jump in with rash judgment. They don't truly analyze the situation. Central Fortress is burning. It looks like we're lost. Look at where we're at right now, right? A little over an hour to go. We're lost, right? Boom. It's gone. Okay. Have they won? Have they really won? You decide. We no longer have a central fortress. All our flags are ineffective. Oh no. Have we lost? Our cities, there's still a fair number of cities there. More will leave. I want them to go where they feel comfortable. Everyone needs to play the game their way. Hopefully not by joining the bullies. I told them they're allowed to do whatever they do, and I won't hold it against them for what judgment they make right now. I judge based on actions, and as long as they're not acting like a bully, I won't judge them like a bully, even if they join the bullies to feel safe. But I don't think any of these people will. I do know one of my leaders went over here to KW Little P for at right away. I didn't have much interaction with her. She really was someone I hadn't had the chance to spend much time with. My other leader had jumped with me, so we had a lot more communication back and forth. And I think he, in the future, will become a great leader. I'm excited for him. This one, the one that went here, I'm not so sure. I'm not worried about it. But I doubt she'll be happy there. They refer this as a farming alliance, which means they use the players here to build up. See, welcome farmer, do your job. Look at that. Do your job. Does that make you feel like a warm and fuzzy, like you are part of a team? So what their goal is with these is that these will farm and feed all of their big cities and make the big cities bigger. Normally, a farm should be one that you create to feed your big city. I created two cities because I wanted one to be a farmer city for my other. I have yet to have a farmer city. Would you like to know why? Every time I build one, I end up helping out another alliance and joining that alliance to continue to help them. And they end up making me an R4, which I have so many officer roles, it's not even funny. It's a lot of work and effort, but then again, it's not because some of the alliances are real quiet. And so I just jump in when they need help, which I like. And I keep the city building because it builds up the alliance. So I keep sending my gatherers out, although not as much at the moment because I've been so busy with this war and I ended up missing an Ark of Osiris event. I love those because my timer went off right when this war was starting, and I didn't notice. I didn't notice that my timer had gone off. I would have jumped away from the war and gone to the Ark because I had made a commitment to be part of it, and it's such a great team. You can be in so many incredible alliances in this game, so I sure hope no new players just give up because of the bullies. Find your alliance that fits. Jump from another to another if you need to. Don't settle. Definitely, if you don't want to be a bully, do not stay in a bully alliance or any of their slave colonies, which they call academies. At least in respects to this one. I do not know what academies mean to other alliances. I'm still trying to figure that out. To me, academy has always been a place where you learn and educate. I do know one had created a Discord channel, so they likely do educate their players. I want to see real quick the others, what they say with their descriptions, just because I'm curious. I didn't look at this even when I told them, before I told them no. Oh, this is what they wanted me to put on. They wanted me to put this whole thing on with my name. And in the beginning, I was kind of going along with them because I thought they would be someone I could work with until they made me start working with Phoenix. And oh my word, like I've said, he doesn't listen, he dictates and pretends to listen, but he doesn't know how to dialogue and be conceding. Oh, look at, they're under attack. Someone's attacking them. I may have to help the alliances that are attacking them if they are indeed a KW. The KW family, allies NTF. Okay, so I don't know what the goal of these are. I don't know what their leaders are like. I have a feeling that if I don't keep KWP distracted, they will likely teleport cities over here to start destroying this alliance here. Now, let's see what this alliance says with their descriptions. You can learn a fair amount, not a lot. I will tell you, seeing Vietnamese have a huge community of using jumpers. Some of those, in my particular first kingdom, two of the five dominant first alliances were Vietnamese communities who jumped together, built huge, and really used the elimination of enemies events as killing events. At least some of the players, not all of them. But it gave such a bad name to their entire alliance that a lot of people were attributing it to this community. But I got to know some of the players. In fact, one of them that started the first war with my alliance that started the whole reputation thing because we weren't the only one being attacked, mind you. It was everyone around them. Anyways, they later became my friend. It's a wonderful story. I love the story. It's so much to learn from it. It was all dealt with dialogue and chat, not just me. It started with someone else starting the dialogue. After I told them, my alliance, use your words, reach out, try to create understanding. So, this is a farmers association. To work hard, stick with it for a long time, and have a minimum power contact. So, this is a farmer for another alliance. So, and they're already pretty big. So, they also can send in cities, teleport cities in from their main alliance, whatever main alliance that is. I do not know what that main alliance is. I have not investigated them more. So I'm going to have to investigate some more because these players could be something to go against these players. That'll be interesting. But if they're in another zone, they're going to have to really figure out how to build up this alliance. Sorry, real well, or they're gonna have to use the expensive teleports. So, so that'll be interesting. There will likely be a big war between this group and that group. So they aren't going to need my help. Although I am going to investigate them further to see who is behind that alliance and what their goals are. I do know the goals of this one based on my interactions. So that is where we stand. I wanted to let you know I don't see this as a loss. I've already reported to my alliance what my future plans will be. Is basically I'm gonna distract them as much as I can while I can. And even if they watch this video and they clue into what I'm doing, so be it. As I've mentioned time and time again, my words are my weapons, and they can do whatever they want to me, my cities, and now even my alliance. I will help these people relocate. I've helped many already. It's up to them to decide what works, and I'm doing as much as I can to let them know through these videos how to play their game better and get stronger. Okay, signing off.